Welcome back to another episode of But Watch This Dough. I am nobody. I always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, quack, quack. Let's talk about it. Well, y'all already know this is part 9 of the Downfall of Brother Polight, the continuation of my series on the conscious community is fake, but wrestling is real. Man, say I am so lit. I have a special guest in the building, and if you know like I know, then you know like I know. I have the queen with a K of receipts, the leader of the Kissy Camp, Mrs. Don't Take No Mess from Nobody, Nowhere, No Way, No How. Man, say I got Sister Nandi in the building. I'm gonna bring her on. Sister Nandi, how you doing this morning, sis?
I am doing great. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity. It's good that you're doing these type of shows and keeping your foot on these people's neck because it's needed in the conscious community and the surrounding area. So I just wanted to get that out there. Thank you so much for that great introduction. You are a great brother as well. You are doing the exact same things that I'm doing. So you definitely deserve your accolades right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go on mute and give you time to get the show started. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Well, I'm gonna say this before we start the show. I remember coming into the conscious community around like 2012 and just watching it for a couple of years. And I was like, don't nobody else see all this BS that these people is talking about? And if I'm not mistaken, you were either one of or the first channel I came across. And when I came across, I'm like, okay, somebody's catching this stuff, man. And I've been hooked onto you ever since, man. A long time ago when my channel was called when it was a whole nother name, trust and believe the gospel. I reached out to you, tried to have a relationship with you, and you welcomed me with open arms, man. Like I gotta say that you and people like you, the Queen Strongs, the Uncle Shugs, the Unc Crack Pipes, and all the Taharka Bays, all y'all really inspired me to be able to put out this type of content. Of course, y'all know I love wrestling. Y'all can see all my memorabilia, man. But I can't let this stuff go, without saying nothing about it. Just like everybody else, man. And sis, I appreciate you. You the one been putting in work for a long time, man. Exposing these people, man. And I'm ecstatic to have you on, man, today. Shout out to the Brotherhood Horrors. Y'all make sure y'all go over to his channel. Y'all like, share, y'all subscribe. Check out the content on his page. The brother is doing big things, man. He exposing these people too. He also getting more numbers than anybody in the conscious community. So y'all watch out for that brother, man. So without further ado, y'all remember on episode 8, we left off where Brother Polight, they was asking him to come down to the police station so that he can give his semen to them so they can test it. The girl had already went down to the police station. Her and her mother, they had already gave her a rape kit. She had already gave her statement to the police, and that's where we left off at. So we finna pick right up from right there. But watch this though.
37-year-old Michael Noat Jr., also known as Brother Polight, to his more than 300.
Oh, let me say this. Sis, anytime you want to stop it and say something, I don't care when it is, you actually don't have to stay on mute. You can take yourself off mute. And anytime you want me to stop it or anything, just let me know. You can speak on anything you want to. This video is nothing but 28 minutes, so we're not going to be here for too long.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. But I'm going to go ahead. Let's get into the content because this is a nut. Let's go ahead.
Let's go.
100,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Noat this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. Not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Noack, a motivational speaker and author who lives in L.A., asked the woman to take her daughter to an after party at a club.
Let me say that that was the first interesting thing that I found out with Polight, with all of this black power, black structure. You got all of these different attorneys. He went and got a white man or Jew or whatever that is that's sitting up there to come out and represent him, which is funny to me. And also, where did the monies come from? Let's remember he had bond amounts, he had all type of stuff going on. That attorney, I'm just being realistic, just from the look of him, he's probably charged a pretty penny for that particular case. Where did the monies come from? You know, and then like this, remember, Sinetta was down there with him. That's another thing that's been really puzzling me. And Sinetta was also on majority of the conversations, like he stated, with the attorney. But for what? Were you funding, you know what I'm saying, this white man, or helping Polight in any type of manner behind the scenes that we don't know about when it came to this attorney? So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to go back on mute. But yeah, that was really puzzling to me, to see that he didn't get any of the attorneys that everybody deal with, like, you know, in the community, and it's not one of our people, but he Black Power. So I'm gonna go on mute.
See, she just said a lot right there, man. Like she said, somebody had to be funding the operation. And we know, too, at that time, Polight still had followers. So some of you people who thought that this dude was teaching y'all the right messages for years ago, which he had already been proven to be a scammer, some of the money that y'all donated to this dude probably went to this lawyer. Like, come on, man, we got to stop playing with these people. But watch this, though.
In Miami, the report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Nowak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs.
Did you hear what that attorney said? Listen to what he said. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that the public doesn't know about. What the hell's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about if everything is publicized about this incident? That's why I say you got to catch what the attorney is saying as well. It's like he was trying to tell us in so many words, it's a whole lot of shit. I'm just getting the money. I'm just sitting here to, you know, get this face card off of this publicity. But at the end of the day, this person's guilty. That's what I'm getting from the attorney. But I'm going to go on mute because that was a very valuable thing that he said. It's a whole lot going on behind the scenes that the public doesn't know about. And he just left that comment dry, just left it there. Can you give us a little bit of intel to maybe show us that he's innocent if there's so much going on behind the scenes? Well, you know, we can't really get into this, but here's something that I can throw out there to protect my client. He didn't do any of that.
And like you said, it's even like you said, it's even a money grab for him. He got to see them six things evidence before we got to see it. So like you said, man, he took on the case just so he can get some popularity. You know what I'm saying? Because we know some lawyers do like to do that. They try to become celebrities or try to be, you know, famous attorneys, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you represent somebody who you know is guilty, I know that that's a part of the law and all that stuff. You know, you be the defense attorney or prosecutor or whatever. But if I was a lawyer, man, it would be hard for me to take on cases for people who I just know is guilty, man. Even though I know they do it for the money. So I feel you on that all day.
And another thing, I'm going to go on mute after this. Maybe for your next show, do some research on that attorney. Because where did he pop up from? How did they even come up with this person? Like, what is his history and background that he would jump on a case like this? Because we know all of the attorneys, like, you know, I deal with law and stuff with the things that I do in my community. We know just about all of the attorneys that's affiliates with what we consider to be the conscious community. And I've never seen this man anywhere helping anybody on any cases. So maybe that's something me and you can do together. I'll do some research on that attorney and email you what I find out, and that'll probably be something critical. Ain't no telling what we gonna find on him. I'm gonna go ahead and go on mute.
Okay, but watch this though.
With severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Nowak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Nowak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Says the police report is only an allegation.
Anytime a commercial pop up, I'm gonna have to take it off the screen.
Riverside.fm and open an account. When you're ready to record, just hit record.
Now, but like you said, sis, man, it's a lot going on, and that it is a lot of stuff that I think that's being kept quiet, that's being kept on the hush, and who knows how dirty that lawyer is, man. I mean, he wouldn't be the first one. You know, we done seen it happen plenty of times. You know, a lot of dirty lawyers are out here. Again, just taking on cases just for the money, of course, and don't care if the person is innocent. I mean, if they is guilty or innocent, so who knows?
And I got another thing. I want to add to that because what's puzzling to me. He stated that he didn't want her to call the police because it would ruin his career. And I rolled back to the situation with Renented, Sanetta's
Come on now. Yep.
I mean, Sanetta's niece. Let me correct that. Sanetta's niece. So, did he tell Sanetta the same thing, bro? You gonna fuck up my career? Let's make this money under the table and keep this shit quiet. Because, see, I just still can't understand why Sanetta would say, regardless of what relation the young lady is to him, because I would help a stranger. I would help a stranger in that situation being violated. So, for him to say that, and then he kept saying something about this set amount of $10,000. Was that a payout for him to shut the fuck up? And then they ended up going all the way up in the conscious community after that. It's like it was always just Polight and Sanetta. He kind of put Polight over every motherfucking body that had been over there on that platform long before damn Polight even came on the scene.
Oh yeah, that was his right-hand man.
Yes, Jabari, Garfield, all these people have been there. King Simon. We can go down the fucking list way before a Polight. So why did Polight one get to throw under the bus, under the table, that he molested Sanetta's niece? And then on top of that, Sanetta promoted this nigga where he, came up on millions. And another thing I wanted to add, and I'm gonna go on mute because I don't want to forget this. I think a lot of those celebrities that Polight was hanging with, like Busta Rhymes and all of them, I think they were funding a lot of that shit with them attorneys as well. I think a lot of them, you feel me? So that's something else we need to get into, the connection of the celebrities like Busta Rhymes and shit that's seen on video at some of these parties and shit with Polight. I'm going to go on mute.
Remember also, Polight was connected to Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather used to say that he used to embrace the dude teachings. If you know what's going on with Floyd Mayweather today, a dude that made $0.2 billion and now is struggling to keep the stuff that he has, selling his mansions and cars and all of this, was he listening to people like Brother Polight and the lifestyle that Brother Polight was promoting to him? I mean, allegedly, I would say obviously, because first off, he say that he can't read. Okay, bro, how you got all this money and you can go chase all these girls, go do all these drugs, do all this drink and all that, but you don't sit down for a couple of hours out of the week to go learn your ABCs, man? And now you get duped out of $350 million by your NOI. One of his managers was an NOI person, a Nation of Islam. And Brother Polight was also on your team. Yes, it's
you make a lot of sense. Now, let me tell you something, because you just touched on something you might not have been paying attention to. The NOI has a history of this fuckery. Let's go all the way back to Cassius Clay.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali. Yep.
Look at what they did to him. They made him, change his name and get all involved in that shit. And then they start stealing his money. They got him caught up in all type of legalities. And then they just left him out there to dry. I don't even understand how his family still carries on any of the Muslim teachings or the name. But, and then you moving forward, when you look at that majority of the boxers, they all were eventually or some type of way affiliates with the Nation of Islam, even if it was security. And majority of these people that has had security or affiliations with Nation of Islam, from Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur, the list goes on and on. It's always a body that come up out of that shit. It's always a body come up out of it, or somebody's fucking money is being compromised. So you touched on something really good right there. Floyd Mayweather is the modern day Cassius Clay when it comes to NOI. I'm going to go on mute.
And we're gonna start this show back, y'all. So now that y'all done caught up, here we go. Part 9 starts now.
Say, did y'all see that nigga mug shot? Now y'all.
Look, I got a little technical difficulty.
Women around me, all the perverts say that, nigga. Yeah, all the niggas around me. Why I gotta be it? Boy, say, man, boy, I hate that song.
So it's some white crazy, bro. Hold up. Let me go back.
And say, listen, this is what got me. The nigga shot on a little bitty girl. Boy, say, man, boy, ain't that something? And say, listen, this is what got me. The nigga mug shots. Yeah, that nigga, the big ol' eye, that nigga say them big ol' eye, that nigga got a tear in the motherfucker. He said he been crying.
Nah. Hey. Goodbye. One Hotep Negro down, a couple more to go.
Let's go.
Man, I'm happy, man. One Hotep Negro down, more to go. But I will be following the story, guys. Trust me, I will be following the story.
How do you go from getting your desires met by women to having the desire to conquer a baby? Because 14 years old is a baby. You sick.
If they have DNA, allegedly, right? So everybody's saying to protect their platform. So let me protect mine. Allegedly, it is being claimed that they had DNA, which ultimately led them to go and, you know what I'm saying, detain you. So, yeah, bro. This ain't looking good.
It's a video floating around. Polight interviewing Tariq Noel, where Polight says that Dr. York is his master teacher / his God.
I want to speak on that before he get into that. This was like 2010 when he made that video. Now, I didn't come on the scene until around 2012. I had to go back and watch this video. People like Sadmeta and Dr. Inky and all these other dudes in the conscious community that messed around with Brother Polight. This is back when Polight didn't have no money. This is when he was still dusty and dirty. He sat on this park bench and told one of the sons of Dr. York that even if the allegations were true, let's say that they are 100% true, he did all that stuff that they say he did to those kids. Brother Polight said that he would have to still look at that man as his most high God. You mean to tell me people like Sadmeta and them heard this stuff and they still thought it was cool to hang around this dude and bring him to your platform to scam your community and to meet women off your platform or through your platform in order to even get him locked up for what he did for this 14-year-old at this time? And like you said, sis, for him to even run off with one of your family members, man, this is your family member. I don't care if it's by blood or not. My wife, brother, kids, or my nieces and nephews. My wife, cousin, kids, or my little cousins. So I don't care how they got the kids. She and your family, you know about her running off with this grown man, and still somehow you don't see no red flags about that because it's all about the money, bro. That stuff be driving me crazy, sis.
Now let me tell you, Polight, he was clout chasing off of a lot of shit. That was around the time, because I was around during that time. And so it was like he was out here clout chasing. That's how he got his name known, by even saying that he was affiliate of the Nuwaubians. Now, when this case first started out with Malachi Z. York, and I have to say this because a lot of people still don't know about a lot, because most people found out about the information on Malachi Z. York through Sadmeta's page. A lot of people didn't go to, a lot of different platforms and really listen to the interviews and stuff that was coming out during that time. So it looked like it was a lot of conspiracy going on, not only inside of the Nuwapos, but as well with the government, because that's how they was presenting it. The only person that was able to come out, and I'm going to say that's another thing that's crazy, because it's only been one person. And it was Chuck Morgan. that came out and brought this information forth. Now, when you talk about the people that was on certain shows like Sonetta and all of that shit, them people was paid to come up there and say that shit. When it came to certain things that was going on with the show, like trying to deny certain stuff that happened in the New Wabians and, and then, Malachi Z. York, this and that. So, and I worked with a lot of the New Wapos. I got some people who was actually right there involved in the case. And I could try to see if I can get Sister Irish and brother Amun Gelb. I can give you all of their names. These are people that I actually worked with and dug into this case. So I want to say this. There is a lot of things that did transpire in that particular case. It was a whole lot of different Nuwapians that were thinking they were attorneys. They were filing shit. It was these people over here saying this. People recanted their stories. And when I get a chance, I'm going to send you the link to those videos so you can get a chance to look at those and see them. Because like you said, you didn't see those interviews. And when all of this stuff came out with the case, it's just crazy how Chuck Morgan explained it. Someone needs to really break every single thing down. Of course, there's a lot of things that went on with Malachi Z. York. I'm not saying the motherfucker innocent ever. I'm never going to say that. However, though, when you're dealing with a case that's just like an attorney, you can't just give one side to the jury. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you got the defense attorney and you got the prosecutor. You got the evidence from the prosecutor or whatever they have going on is their burden of proof to prove the guilt. And it's also a burden of proof for them to prove the innocence. So let's just say we got Chuck Morgan and Wu Jawu. Like I went in on Wu Jawu. I was on Garfield's show. How can you come up here and be talking this shit and co-signing everything about what you now say is going on with Malachi Z. York, but your ass was all on the Phil Donahue show and shit, supporting Malachi Z. York. You say you was at every hearing with Malachi Z. York. They had altered paperwork. I went and pulled a lot of shit because, like, they said that there was no case. He didn't do an appeal on his case. Yes, the fuck he did. Kathy Johnson allegedly is Wujawu's mother. Pay attention. But Kathy Johnson was who? Malachi Z. York's woman. There was a lot of shit that went on the land and everything like that. So what I'm saying is, before, and Sonetta's known for this. They put every single person on a platform. And if you got 1,000 people up there saying the same shit, some type of way, 10 people out of that is going to believe it. But at the same time, there was a lot of stuff that was hidden from that case. I just think someone needs to give out both sides and let the people decide on how they felt that case was handled. Because every single one of those children that was involved in that case recanted their story. Every single one. So I'm not saying that he wasn't doing something crazy. They were grown. They weren't children when they got interviewed. Let's remember that, right?
That was still true. I'm never grown on me.
Yeah, so, and they recanted their story. So a lot of people, including myself, was thinking, oh, the government playing with people who got power. They just want to come after our black people. So at the beginning, I really thought that there was a lot, and I still have some discrepancies in some of the things that I found out in that case. People saying, oh, he had herpes. He gave this to these children. They had the same thing, but they're not saying that Dwight York had herpes. They're not talking about the fact that Dwight York also had children with some of these young ladies that he was saying that his father was sleeping with. Dwight York is the one that turned in his father, not the children. Dwight York was the one that was in Florida with them, not Malachi Z. York. So there's a lot of things. And if you go look up attorney Adrian Patrick, I'm going to be short on that because I really, that the comment that Polight made, that's some sick ass shit. Because if you find out without a reasonable doubt that motherfucker guilty, you supposed to stand on that, period. You don't sit there and say, well, if we find out he had 200 bodies, we're still going to worship Malachi Z. York. You sound like a goddamn fool. The worship should stop. Man. Yeah, the worship should stop when the allegations are even made, regardless of how the case turns out. But when the allegations are made, until you actually see if this person has actually been messing with children or doing all type of crazy shit, you don't follow him anymore at all. So I just don't get that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You know, when
No, you good.
people, you know, saying things about, you know, the Z York case, there was a lot of discrepancies. And I don't know if you saw my interview on Garfield, but I also tripped Chuck Morgan up on a lot of shit because it also later came out that Chuck Morgan's wife eventually chose Malachi Z. York's teachings and relations over Chuck Morgan, and they kicked Chuck Morgan off of the compound, and she stayed up there with Malachi Z. York.
You remember, man, you had this conversation on your channel the other day. But like, I think not the last show we did, but the show before that, you was telling me about this stuff. You know, about the none of the kids coming up, and it's, I mean, it might be some more people that should be locked up if they do a further investigation. You know, so not just him. You know, some people say he took the file for other people.
If you think about it, though, with that particular situation, it was so open and shut, and nobody ever said anything else about it. He went to trial, he got convicted, they talked about it, and it's like nobody ever revisited that case, even the Kathy Johnson book, because she admitted that she was one of the people that was recruiting these girls and doing all this type of stuff and different things, but was, you know, a lot of people were saying that those were things she was saying to get herself out of the situation. So, you know, it's just a lot of stuff that I feel like, you know, we should revisit with that. Polight was full of shit. And all I'm saying is that at that time, with the information I just gave out, that case was very popular at that time. And he only was making statements because he was getting a lot of money from the Nuwapos as well. And he was also dating Malachi Z. York's daughter. So I'm gonna go on mute. Remember, he was still running that that bookstore, and it was something else.
I got it on point one. I got it on point one. On point one, that's where it started out at. It started out with her giving her testimony of what happened when Polight came to the bookstore and how you know how the whole ordeal went down. The way Polight had something to do with her brother being killed because he was trying to take the bookstore from her because Polight said that Dr. York said that he could have the bookstore, but his daughter got all the paperwork to the bookstore. So he came in trying to strong arm her out the bookstore, and she wasn't willing to be strong armed, and all that stuff went down. That's in part one of this series.
I want to ask you a question, and then I'm going to say this, okay, like your part one. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. Sinetta knew about that interview. He also knew about him when he was talking about that shit with the cavity thing. All of that when he was with that new covenant situation, new covenant organization.
Yep.
Another reason why I said, how is it possible that knowing all of that Polight was caught up in, that Sinetta still allowed him to come into the community? And also, if he had not did it then, he wouldn't have been in contact with Sinetta's niece. Let's start with the first victim that we actually know about, because he had already violated Z. York's daughter and some people over there. Do you think Sinetta knew about all of that stuff? Because Minister Inky and all of them was already friends long before Polight hit Sinetta Studios. And I'm going on mute after that.
I ain't got, in my mind, man, I don't got no doubt that Sinetta knew about that stuff, man. Dude been around for how long? The dude's 60 years old, man. He been walking the streets of Harlem forever. He know everybody, just like he say everybody know him. Yeah, he knew. Everybody know everybody's story, man. When you hang out in the streets and you hang with your boys and y'all see each other every day and y'all been doing this stuff for years, yeah, you know what your partner into. All my partners I used to hang out with back in the day, I knew if they sold dope. I knew if they was players, if they was pimps, if they was, I knew it. Now, me being involved in it, that's different. But if I knew that what they was doing, yeah, just like they knew what I was doing. I was rapping, I was hanging out, I was smoking, I was drinking, I was in the club. They knew me just like I knew them, man. So I don't got no doubt that Sinetta knew about what was going on before he ever put on Brother Polight, because, like you said, he already had other people on the corner that he was having them to have debates and all that stuff before Polight came along. I heard Sinetta say in a video previously that Polight was already drawing a crowd in New York. So So another thinking that he tried to be business minded, he saw that this dude was already drawing a crowd. This is how he became his Floyd Mayweather, because he could draw a crowd that them other dudes just on the street corner couldn't draw. So another sacked his saddle to that horse and rode it as far as he could. And he didn't have a problem with it until Polight messed him over. He didn't have no problem with all the people that Polight was messing over, because it was still coming back to him.
You just made a valid point, because you know something, that is how he brought Polight out when they was on the street corners. Because remember when Tazariak told Polight to cross the fucking line.
Cross the line. That's on part 3 of my series.
Let me go on mute. I'm going on mute. Go ahead. Damn, you made a point. That's how he was eating. They don't tell how much money they was making out there on the streets, so he brought his ass to the platforms.
You remember they was doing them lectures. You remember they was doing them Kemet on trials and all that stuff. It's kind of like a club.
To Kemet on trial. All of us went to Kemet on trial. That's why I was mad, because I'm like, damn, I'm thinking this a pillar of the community, and you up here scamming and shit.
Scamming people, man. All right.
I want you to do something else too. Let me ask you a question. Have you covered that King Simon Negro?
No, Polight is the first person I've covered in this series so far. I'm gonna cover everybody. I'm gonna cover everybody one by one.
Great. I want to see how you deal with King Simon. Okay, I'm going on mute, because he another one that was involved in a lot of this stuff happening with these children and shit behind the scenes. But he tried to keep his face card clean. But he was setting up events. He was coming in contact with a lot of people. That's another person I feel knew stuff, and Professor Smiles as well. So I'm gonna go on mute.
Sure. Oh, and don't worry, sis. I'm definitely gonna have you back. This is just one of many. I know you're probably gonna be a mainstay on some of these episodes with this conscious community of fake harassment is real, because you know more than anybody, man. Like you say, you was rubbing elbows with a lot of these people. I was just watching videos online and gathering all this information, from people who was around and all that. You was actually there for some of this stuff, so that's a primary source right there. Let's go.
And he doesn't care how many fucking children he molested. He's always going to be, Dr. York is always going to be his God.
Let's say he molested.
Look at how dusty he looks.
Factually. Okay. Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny. Scientifically, we say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your Most High, acknowledge him as your Most High God? I would have to.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC with Google Play Games. Unlock bigger screens and better controls.
Did you hear that though, sis?
Even sweeter battles.
Yeah, he's sick as hell. That's what I'm saying. And see, the young man that was sitting there, and see, that's another thing that puzzled me about him, because he looked like he really had been through some shit up there on
like for real.
You feel me? And he one of the ones that we never saw again. If you pay attention, that young man, even in the interviews, and I'm very honest, when I saw the interviews of those that recanted their stories and stuff like that, that young man's face has never been seen again.
And he never changed his mind.
Yeah, he was never in none of those interviews. He's never been on anybody else's platform. And I'm going to tell you why I think that. I feel like after him going to Polight and dealing with Sinetta them and getting that interview, and the way that they just shitted and shunned on the situation, it probably fucked up his head, because they did the same thing to Poppy and Bee Stinger when it came to African Bambaataa. So I'm going to go back on mute.
See, like you said, they made fun of these people. They didn't sympathize with these people, and they supposed to be about the black man, and everybody coming together. Y'all come across two black men that were molested by a black man, and y'all look down on these people, or y'all make fun of these people rather than going after the people who actually did it to them. Why? Because they had a little power, because they had a little fame, or whatever, man. Y'all, man, it's like, you can't serve both God and money, but hey, we see what they doing.
Guess what?
It was that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, sis. Go ahead. What you say?
No, all I was getting ready to say was actually 4 brothers. Because remember, it was a young man that wore glasses. He also came out. He was one of the young ladies' brothers in Malachi York situation. So it was two little boys, not just this young man that Polight was interviewing. And then it was also Poppy and Bee Stinker. So that's 4 people. And then it was 3 women that I'm going to give you some information on in the background you can cover that went to Sinetta Studios because they were violated in the community by Black leaders and shit like that. And they all got shitted on, including those little girls and stuff with Shaka. That's the problem that I have with Sinetta, because people looked up to him and, okay, I'm being violated. I got raped. Let me go talk to Sinetta. Let me get it out. I know Sinetta help me. And then they get over there and they get a fool like this dusty ass nigga Polight interviewing them and saying that they justified what happened. So I'm gonna go back on mute.
Sorry. But watch this though.
He's basically saying that whatever Dr. York did, he's cool with it. He's down with it. And also on top of that, if you look at Polight and the way that he teaches and the way he hustles and moves and shit like that, that shit is similar to a little Dr. He's a little Dr. York. That shit is so similar to Dr. York's style.
That video can't delete. We clearly see
now
sitting on.
For the people who watch my this series, and y'all might not know a lot about these people because I have a lot of friends on Facebook and they don't even know what the conscious community is. I have Black friends, white friends, Mexican friends. Of course, a lot of my Black friends know what it is, but this is Dr. Inky. This is the dude that me and Sista Nandi was talking about. This was Polight right-hand man at one time. Back when they were still, dirty and dusty and all that stuff, they was hanging out with each other on the street corners with Sinetta, and they used to run up on the Hebrew Israelites. Matter of fact, y'all saw him in part 3 when Captain Tazariak told him to cross the line. It's so funny now because Captain Tazariak have a whole podcast called Cross the Line based off of that situation. That situation blew Captain Tazariak up. Captain Tazariak was just a regular Hebrew Israelite on the street like all the other people. Sinetta was the one that kind of had the popularity. This is like right before going into the pandemic and all that stuff. And when Sinetta was at his height, getting 3,000, 4,000, 7,000, 700,000 views, Captain Tazariak, Sinetta was shopping around Brother Polight, and he ended up running up on Captain Tazariak's corner. And Captain Tazariak made the dude look like a female. This dude was right on side of him. They said that Polight bought this dude houses. He used to travel with Brother Polight, all kind of stuff, man. So he even knew the type of stuff that Polight was into too. And I don't know who knew each other first, Sinetta or Polight or Brother Inky or Polight. But according to a lot of Dr. Inky's, he ain't no doctor, but according to a lot of Dr. Inky's stories, he been knowing Polight before Sinetta. So what did he do with that?
Yeah, but Inky been knowing both of them at the same time, because let's remember when they did Sinetta on trial with Sister Queen's Throne.
Right.
Inky and Ben both stated they've been around Sinetta since the 90s, since he was 54.
Right. You sure
and
right.
We know damn well Polight. I don't know how old Polight is and who the hell he is, because nobody ever really got the straight of where he came from. Is he from Sudan? Is he from Kenya?
Kenya.
And what is his real name? Because Michael Noack, if you go look at that name, that was actually someone that was an actor back in the day.
Into it.
And when you type in Michael Noack, an actor is going to pop up. It was an actual character. I can't remember the movie, but that name just, it doesn't even fit with who he is. Michael Noack, but you look like you from somewhere else.
Yeah, he do. You like from Africa somewhere.
So, that's just something that I wanted to state about that as well. So, yeah, Ben and Inky in that video, it was one of the videos you played with that clip where Ben was doing the interview about Polight, and they said something about, oh, no, I know for a fact he was messing with Nikki because this was in 1990 something, and I was around.
Yeah. That's what he said. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all watch how these dudes turn on each other. Don't forget, a lot of them been knowing each other, like Nandi said, since the 90s. They done did dirt together, did whatever good they did together. Look at how they flip on each other when they go down. Watch this.
The bench saying that pedophile, even if he raped 1,000 kids with DNA evidence, is his most high God. So that should have told everybody what he wanted to do. He wanted to set up his own version of what Dr. York was doing.
Although the majority of people following the story had already made up their minds of Polight's guilt, there was still a sizable number of people that felt the opposite. While some weren't as vocal, there were others that were outspoken.
Listen to this, sis. Listen to
the
this.
defense of Polight.
There are certain things that, as a child of trauma, that we have to also look at. Well, I'm not going to use the word. The M word and the R word happens to our brothers too. So I'm going to paint a picture for the people who are holding court on their YouTube channels and in their minds, that there could be a situation. I call it the Jezebel or Rosemary's Baby. That some of our children nowadays, whatever they've went through, whatever trauma they have, that by the time these girls are teenagers, that they have a predatory Jezebel mentality. Now,
mute that.
So-called reports.
Do you hear this? Do you hear this, man?
I'm glad you brought that up. I remember this wench. I'm being so bad on my page. How in the hell
You don't blame the girl?
and then call her a Jezebel and their mentality? By the time they get a certain age, they have a Jezebel mentality. So let's talk about it. So you just said that you went through things and you were violated as a child. Did you have a Jezebel mentality? Are you talking about yourself? How can you come out your mouth and say, and also say, well, yeah, we understand that it happens to boys too, but that's the key word, boys. This a grown ass man.
Grown man,
ass man. How can a little girl molest or rape a grown ass man? I'm going on mute. That bitch need her head knocked off. Excuse my language, but I'm so sorry. She pissed me off. You know how I get out.
I know that.
Disrespectful. But
bro, what's wrong with these people? No, sis, what's wrong with these people, man? Like, what you said made logical sense. We don't need no science. We don't need none of this hoobla, he blah, hoobla. How can a 14-year-old rape a 35-year-old or however old he was at the time? Come on, man. What are you talking about, bro?
Another thing, though, when you look at the situation with the case, first of all of the evidence is it's not even argumentative. He drugged this young lady. He took her, he actually manipulated her to go get food. That was the first thing. He got another hotel room, this shit was premeditated. This motherfucker plotted this shit probably years before it happened. Okay, then you already got the drugs, you got the alcohol, you got all that shit on deck. This little girl passes out, and you're trying to make her regurgitate what the hell she took into her system. And on top of that, you got 6 semen stains around this young lady's mouth. That's the most wickedest thing. And then on top of that, don't call the cops because my career is more important than my semen being all over a child. This woman is
hold on, sis. No, wait, sis. Then he told the police, well, I took her to a hotel room because we was waiting for the location of another party. What party do a 14-year-old go to with an adult? What? That was your best answer, bro? Your best answer was I was taking it. Come on.
He was taking her to a club. You are so right. And then when they get there, the club boarded up. This is what I'm saying. So how can this woman sit here and say, oh, well, this is a Jezebel spirit? And bitch, look at the information. These ain't even allegations. This is factual fucking evidence on this man.
Did you hear about the people who were saying, well, maybe it was her mother clothes or her man? Take it from nigga. Her mother mouth wasn't busted. Her mother lip wasn't busted. She didn't have drugs in her. I mean, that's her, bro. She don't even. According to everybody, come on.
I don't mean to cut you off. Who said that? I didn't hear that. What?
Man, back when this stuff was going down, and Sarnetta used to hold panels, and Garfield used to hold panels and stuff. Bro, there was a lot of dudes on there saying that. Well, hold up, man. We just gonna wait, man, because we don't know if that was the mother clothes, if that was the mother scarf. I'm like, what is y'all niggas talking about, bro? Like, bro,
wow, you have that in one of your clips. Make sure because I didn't see that one. That must have been one of them shows I missed. I cannot believe it.
Oh, no, it's gonna come up. Oh, no, it's gonna come up. Guys, the dudes was... No, just regular dudes, dudes that followed Polight and followed Sanetta and thought that they couldn't do no wrong. They were still taking up for Polight even after the Six Siemens thing had already been released to the public. And they were saying, well, how do we know that the clothes that the Siemens things were on, how do we know that that wasn't the mother's clothes and not hers? The mother could have put the clothes on the daughter and went to the police station. That's what they were saying.
Wow, because see, the only two people that I thought was over there co-signing that crap was Sinful the P and YK the Truth or YP the Truth, whatever his name is, because they talked reckless on Sinetta's platform about that situation. But I did not know the rest of them fools was over there co-signing that shit. Let me go on mute because that just kind of made me mad.
Bro, don't that piss you off? Bro, it pisses you off. Okay, let's go. Let's get back into it. But watch this though.
The devil's platform to get these reports. That yes, there were things that were found on this woman's clothing or this young girl's clothing, but let me paint a picture. What if this young girl was the predator?
What's good? It's your brother YK the Truth.
That's what you was talking about. This is who Sista Nandi was talking about right here. Now, he's not as popular as some of the names that y'all gonna see me play throughout this series, but he was rubbing elbows with a lot of these other people backstage that were popular. Listen to what this clown about to say, man.
Now, man, it's something fishy about this Brother Polight allegations. Tasha K exposes Brother Polight for rape, right? Now, the first red flag that I got from her video was that it was supposed to be confidential, but she shared it. That's a dead giveaway right there. Now,
it's right, nigga.
She's already biased because of what Brother Polight teaches. That's another dead giveaway. She clearly don't like it. So there's no wonder she's sharing this. It's like everybody wants the brother to be guilty. What happened to let it go to trial? Then when he's guilty, make those attacks. And this only shows you that y'all already had a hatred towards him. I'm not talking about none of that scamming shit. Rape is a serious allegation. You gotta weigh all evidence. You can't just go by one side of the story. Every time you go by one side of the story, you get fucked up all the time. This is what I believe happened. I believe that young lady and her mother was going through something, right? It's a possibility. Brother Polight said, I'm gonna get you a room, you chill out. The girl probably was already mad at her mother and got that liquor herself. You know she could have been intoxicated before Brother Polight even showed up on the scene. That's 14. A possibility. Another thing, right? Now, follow me. What if
but see, stop right now. 1 minute.
Something out for Brother Polight?
See, the problem that I have with what he's saying is sickening. Let's just hypothetically say that is happening. Her and her mother got into an argument, and children get disobedient, and she better when it got in the liquor bottle. But as a father, that's just like you, Brother True. Your daughter goes. You see what else? You got 2 daughters now. They have a disagreement with mom, dukes, whatever. You go find them in the room with an alcohol bottle. You finna get on that ass. You ain't finna go in there having a sick, sadistic thought about, she's intoxicated. Wow. Let me see what I can get out of this. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and, do some explicit things because I don't want to even reference that with you and your daughters. You get what I'm saying? This sick motherfucker. How can you sit here and say that justifies this man having 6 semen stains on this young lady's body, her throat damaged, and making her regurgitate? She was drugged, not drinking alcohol.
And this was after the rape kit. Now, if somebody would have said this before the rape kit, okay, cool. This is after the rape kit, and he's saying this. Bro, who you playing with, bro? Y'all just want him to be guilty. No.
I wouldn't have agreed with it before the rape kit because, first of all, regardless, as an adult, it ain't got nothing to do with if it's your children.
Yeah.
You a grown man. I'm a grown woman. If I go out here right now and I see a little young 14-year-old man out here getting drunk, acting a fool, I'm not gonna look at that young man and say, "Oh, he's sexy," or "Oh, let me go and
Yeah.
bring him in my room and let me see what else
Yeah.
I can get going on." That's sick. What I'm finna do is, first of all, try to help the young man. And where's your parents or somebody
Come
that
on.
give a fuck? I'm not
Come
jumping
on.
into the first thing that I'm thinking about is a sexual act, and I'm gonna go take them to the hotel, and we're gonna go and get another room. We ain't gonna go back in the same room. First of all, if the child had a disagreement with the mother, why that shit wasn't resolved in the same room where the mother was? What the fuck was it necessary to have another hotel room? Now I'm gonna tell you what I think, and I know a lot of people gonna get pissed when I say this. I think that second hotel room, let's remember, Sinetta was down there. What was he staying at the whole time he was down there with Polite?
Oh, never thought about that. I ain't never thought
And
about
why the
that.
fuck, you feel me? And why the fuck that Sinetta felt the need, oh, I gotta get the hell out of here. Yeah, y'all remember, I had to get the hell on. If it wasn't for my boy George Macon, I wouldn't have even made my flight. What the fuck was you running from? And if Polite provided you with money, because you went live and said that he provided you with a vehicle, where the fuck was you sleeping at? Why did Polite already have 2 hotel rooms established?
Come on, man.
And see,
And
Polite
not just
took
2 hotel. And not just 2 hotel rooms. He took her to a whole nother hotel. Like what, bro? Come on, man.
And see, another thing too, though, he pled guilty, which means we never got to hear every single thing that happened with that case.
Come on.
I'll tell you why. I believe Polite either one, he was protecting some other individuals behind the scenes when it comes to certain things, not saying that they had nothing to do with this particular young lady, or 2.
Yeah, but they knew. Yeah, but they knew. Yeah.
Or 2, he gonna wait till he motherfucking get out, because it's about time for him to get out. See, nobody's keeping up with that as well. It's almost time for him to get out. Yeah.
And from what I heard, that nigga pissed. So like you saying, once he served his time, he can't get locked up for it twice. But you other niggas, oh man.
No, because he's still gonna be on some papers and shit. But I'm gonna tell you what I think he gonna do. And I'm gonna go on mute so we can finish the show, because I know I've been a little long-winded.
Now you good, sir.
When he gets out, he's gonna use this for a money grab, and he's gonna sabotage everybody over there anyway. See, that's why Sinetta actually keeping that information, because you seen me put Sinetta on blast. I was like, nigga, you was in the Zoom meetings. We was all in court with that nigga. We was all up there seeing shit. And on top of that, you was on the phone with the attorneys. Don't you think
I wasn't in the court. I wasn't in the court. No, I wasn't. I wasn't in the court with him.
We was. I said we were. All of us was in court.
That nigga was lying. That nigga lying. He's just lying, bro.
Somebody made an avatar and put his name up there. He'll fucking lie. He just thought
I was in the wrong too. Yeah. We all was like you said, all of us was in there. I was in there too. Suge was in there. You was in there. Sinetta was in there too. Nigga, we seen your box in there. What are you talking about?
The car was in there. All of them was in there. The Zoom was
all was in there. They tried to. It got so bad that the lawyer tried to ask the judge, could they shut the Zoom down because so many people was on there? Like, what are you talking about, bro?
And
go ahead,
this is what I'm saying. No, you good. I just don't want to forget my thought. This what I'm saying though with Sinetta and Polite. I'm gonna tell you what I think they doing. He got a lot of shit. He recorded everything he did, whatever, because he was mad ever since Polite didn't do the interview for him to get paid off of it. See, I think that they planned that. I think they planned that, though. I think that Polite, let's run the checkup because I need attorney fees. Tell them I'm going to do an interview. We're going to go live and act like we arguing. You get all that money off of the interviews, because remember, Sinetta kept saying, nah, pay me. Y'all make sure y'all send a cash app. I ain't going live with Polite till y'all send a cash app. Sinetta was helping him raise that money. Then Polite came up there and said 3 fucking words and got the fuck off the platform.
Now, what about the time when Sinetta promised them that he was going to be there at 10 o'clock? Now, this one, I don't think Polite had nothing to do with it, because Polite made a video about it. Sinetta was like, matter of fact, it's on this. I ain't got to even talk about it. I'll let it pop up when it pop up, and we'll talk about it then. You ready,
okay, go ahead. Yeah, I was on mute. Right. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay.
And the daughter put the semen on her coat and try to bribe him. Think about it.
Oh, keep going, sis. I got kicked out. Oh no, I didn't. If I get kicked out, sis, just take over. Now, we good. We good. I thought I got kicked out because I'm gonna come right back if something happens. But here we go.
My God.
Okay, sweet. I'll hold it down. I'm going on mute.
This is like crazy.
Okay. Chief X.
6 semen stains, and you niggas literally think he's gonna get off. You are rooting for the perpetrator of sex crimes against minors over women.
Brother Polight is not bigger than you and I. Brother Polight is not next to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Quit doing that. This is why every other race laugh at us. Not that I should care of them laughing at us, but I do have a sense of pride. And my sense of pride can't take it anymore when you guys are trying to make him bigger than norm and say it's a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy because some dude can't keep his hat zipped up when he's around young ladies. You can't save that man. No matter what's going on and what happens, you cannot save Brother Polight. You hear what I'm telling y'all? You cannot save that man from the judgment that's coming.
I go on.
In a situation that is horrid.
Bobby Banger.
And for things he's charged with crimes that you should never be forgiven for. You can't be forgiven. You can't come back.
Just 2 days after Polight's arrest, Sanetta informed his followers that he was getting the first exclusive interview regarding the situation.
Here we go.
And it would start at 10 o'clock that night. He told them it would be an open discussion and they will be able to ask Polight whatever they wanted to.
10 o'clock sharp, we will be right here. Brother Polight, and he will be taking questions and all that. So y'all will have an opportunity to maybe drill him or ask the question that whatever comes on, whatever y'all want.
In the hours leading up to 10 o'clock, Sanetta told his followers that in order for him to live stream the interview, they would have to send money to his Cash App.
All I'm gonna ask you to do is throw some money in the goddamn Cash App. If you want me to live stream this and show y'all tonight at 10 o'clock, that's when Polight will be in the building. Do you think your brother deserves
Stop right there 1 minute.
Show some love and
Go ahead, sis.
That was the fundraiser right there. See, Polight, they put the shit together behind the scenes. You know they known for the scamming, right? Look, if all of that stuff happened with Renenset and everybody, right? They argued, they bitter, they bitched everything, they fell out, okay, came back together. Then the money thing that fell out about with the Kim on trial and all that shit about Sanetta talking about Polight stole for him. They made this beef up, ran the check up on both of their platforms because they was going live back to back, came back together. Behind the scenes, raise this money, we gonna split this shit, play it off. That's why I'm saying I do feel Polight had something to do with it, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have appeared at all. An attorney would have told him to stay the fuck off any platforms, and he was already ordered through the courts to stay off social media, period, because he was threatening a young lady, remember? So
No, sis, you know it happened twice. One, this was the first time that Sanetta had did it. Polight didn't come on this one. This was the one when Sanetta forgot to cut his mic off, and he was on the phone with Unc. He was like, look, Unc, look, I had 4,000 niggas in the room, man, sending me money. Polight didn't come on this one. Now, it was another one where Sanetta kind of pulled the same thing, and then Polight did come on there and say a couple of words and then had got off. But this is a different one.
yeah, I remember that. That's what I'm saying, but I still feel like some type of way.
Could have been.
Because
You're
of
right.
the way that
They
they were
did.
defending him. Some of that money went to Polight. Some of that money went to Polight.
I ain't saying you're wrong. Yeah, so I don't know, and I know they thieves, so I don't put nothing past these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
I'm going on mute.
let's go.
money in the Black Power machine and give your brother some support now. But if not, I'm not giving you a motherfucking thing tonight. I'll save it. I'll hold that shit and put it in the chamber. Call it in and say if I'm wrong or not. Call it in and talk to me by me saying I would like to have a donation for doing a stream.
Hold
If I
up. Now
can't,
pay
shit, I
attention to
go and do a
one
live
thing.
stream and then I charge $10.
Sanetta made a point. I just want to say that. And I want you to pay attention to that. Like he said, I'll hold it and put it in my chambers. That's what he do. If he'll hold that interview because nobody won't give him no donations and put it in the chamber, did he hold the Zoom case as well as the attorney meetings and put that shit in the chamber until he feel like pulling it out, I'm gonna go back on mute.
But watch this though.
Or whoever want to see it. Peace and Black Power family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Arthur, calling from Vegas.
What's on your mind, Arthur?
So I'm gonna send $50 to the Cash App. I just want to say, am I gonna be allowed to, not get disrespectful, but speak a little bit in the comments without my shit getting deleted? I'm gonna send $50 to the Cash App.
This is what I would say to you. You will be able to critique and disagree strongly, but you won't be able to disrespect.
Sonetta collected donations, but just before the interview was set to happen, his camera was turned off, leaving his followers confused. It would become evident a short time later that he had made a mistake, and instead of turning off his live, he only turned off his camera. Not knowing he was still live, he would be caught on recording talking behind the scenes about the amount of people he had tuned into his live stream.
I had 4,000 in that motherfucker.
Yo, I'm still live in it, son.
No, you're not, brother. I just ended the show.
Taharka Bey of Moorish World TV would address the situation almost immediately after it happened.
See, these people are scandalous. These people are dirty. Listen, that's a child's life that was involved and that was affected. But you know what this fool was doing to y'all? He was playing a game. I had 4,000 in that motherfucker.
Yo, I'm still live in it, son.
No, you're not, brother. I just ended the show.
Oh, shit.
No, you're not, brother. I just ended the show.
I'm still live.
Bro, you ended the show, brother. I'm trying to tell you the show.
Tasha K would go live not long after Sonetta. She would give another update about the Brother Polight case that would set the record straight about the victim's mother.
So is it so hard for you to believe that maybe this little girl who happens to be 14, who could have been your daughter, came to you and said, Daddy, this man assaulted me and drugged me and all over my face and my clothes? What would you say? You bitch ass nigga. What would you say? Oh, you're an agent. You're the enemy. That's what you bitch ass niggas would say. That's what you would say. The sleep community. Now, according to my sources from inside of the facility, okay, a statement was given by Polight, the mother, and the child. 3 sides to a story. The truth was somewhere in the middle, correct? There was supposed to be no club. No child was supposed to be in the club, nor has her child ever been in the club. This is a little girl who is still a virgin, who has never had as much as a
Come
boy
on now.
kiss her. But then she got this put in her mouth. This was her first kiss. Yeah, not the wine. I'm sorry, not the wine. His dirty pissy. Have you seen his teeth?
But she a Jezebel.
Imagine what his dick look like. Now, the real story is, Mom is tired. She says, listen, give me a second. Let me freshen up. Then we're going to go downstairs and eat. The little girl is like, I'm hungry, Mom. Please let me go downstairs. Pedialyte comes in the room and says, well, I could take her downstairs and get her something to eat. She's like, no, wait, I'm coming. He's like, listen, I'm just taking her downstairs to the lobby. So the mom looked at the door and said, okay, downstairs. They get in the lobby. I'm just going to tell your mom that she can meet us at the club and I'm going to get you something to eat on the way. This is what Pedialyte said to the little girl. Little girl's like, okay. So they're driving. He never stopped to get anything to eat. Drove her to a vacant club. Said, oh my God, the club is closed. So we're just going to go. I'm going to go over here, get a hotel room. And we're going to wait and tell your mom that we're just going to figure out where the after party is going to be. Little girl says, okay. By this time, he's giving her drinks, sweet drinks, that had 4 different drugs in the drink. She was drugged.
I'm telling you right now, if Polight did that shit, he deserved to be locked under the motherfucking jail. That's what we're saying. But we're not coming out making no goddamn
I want to speak on that. Because I've heard people speak on this subject a lot throughout the years. And Sonetta always try to make it seem like, I was always saying if he's guilty, then we don't lock him up and forget him throw it. No, bro, you were saying that stuff after. You were saying that after. You weren't saying that stuff, again, before they did the 6 semen stains after it got released about the rape kid and having the 6 semen stains. You was allowing people on your panel who were still running with the story that the clothes could have been the mother. And you wasn't not saying, y'all, hold up, man, wait. We're going to wait till the story come out. You weren't saying that stuff. You wasn't saying it. You didn't start saying this until like a couple of days right before the dude got locked up. Then you started saying this right here. So, man, stop playing, bro.
You're not going to
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And on top of that, regardless, you was already out there when the situation popped off. You knew exactly what was going on. You even said that you found out about the bond amount. He said certain shit to indicate that he already knew. It doesn't matter when an allegation is made about children, period, or just allegations to this effect, period, with anybody. You don't wait until a person is guilty before you stop supporting that motherfucker. You step the hell away. Now, we know that there's a lot of people that has been, wrongfully convicted of these type of charges and things like that. But when you had an investigation, and a lot of people missed this, that investigation went on for over a year after the incident happened. Those police took very strategic methods to get his ass locked up. They got his ass in jail. They gave him the information. They took the DNA and all of that stuff that same night, but there was nothing there at that time. They had not gotten all the information back. Once they got the information back, the DNA results and all of that shit, he had to turn himself in, and that's how he got a bond. There was a warrant out for his fucking arrest. So I don't understand how the fuck Sinetta didn't know about all of this stuff before it happened, when they actually didn't even arrest this nigga off the drizzle. So I'm sure Polight talked about it. Polight was still on the show. Everybody was still seeing Polight because that shit didn't hit the news until he got arrested for it.
Even Garfield, even though I don't got no problems with Garfield, even Garfield was saying, man, that nigga Polight gonna pull something out and get out of this. He was even saying it. So like, come on, son. And I don't think Garfield been knowing Polight as long as you have, Si. You didn't think, you said yourself. Si was even saying, man, I've seen Polight get out of a lot of stuff. One of them things that he got out of was dealing with your niece. And you saw him get out of that. And you could have went to the police like you said, you claimed you did, and you could have made it go down, but you didn't. You backed out for somebody who was your own blood over some money in your pocket or some cash apps, you know what I'm saying, from social media. And so, you saw him get out of a lot of stuff because it seemed like you helped him at that time.
And he saw him get out of the fact that he got caught in the car with the underage girl.
With an underage girl, yep. That's in part 5 of my... See, part 1 started from when Polight came on the scene, sis, and it go all the way up until today. Like, it's in order. Everything is in order.
That's why I said, so how Sinetta can say he didn't know what type of individual he is. Okay, the first incident with the niece, that was critical, but you said, okay, I'm gonna stay out of that. But now this nigga has been caught with a underage girl in the car that's actually an arrest or some type of charge for that. Okay, then you already knew the ages of the so-called wives that Polight had, regardless of the situation. So how the hell can he sit here and say that he didn't know what Polight was doing? I'm going back on mute.
Man, I wish I had you on part, I think it was part 4. Part 4 was when most of the girls, I think it was part 7. Most of the girls was doing the talking. And these women was coming on social media saying, well, I know they telling me that when you first meet a man, you shouldn't take your daughter around that man. But I'm like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Like, bro, like they was even saying, the mother. Now, I'm the mother of this daughter, bro. Like, she was even, I can take my daughter around this dude, even though I don't know him like that shit. We're going to get to know each other. Family going to grow. What type of mentality do you have to even believe that? Why don't you get to go know the dude first? You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying she should be in jail or nothing, but she should be questioning herself. Like, what type of mind frame was I in? Not that he was exclusive with me. He already had 2, 3, 4, 5 other girls. I decided to go be one of the other girls, and I'm bringing my daughter into this lifestyle. Man, say, all y'all tripping, man, to me. Because nigga, my wife wouldn't have had that. What? Like, anyway, man.
Another thing that people didn't pay attention to, after Renente got of age, I don't remember her and anything that Polight spoke about being referenced as his daughter any longer.
No more. No
I
more.
started
You
seeing her
didn't, sis, you remember them 1-800 phone sexy commercials that he had her in?
But see, what
Go
I'm
ahead.
looking at though, in them interviews, she started to sit on the platform as one of the wives. If everybody
Yes.
noticed that, the three
Yes, I
wives.
did.
She
Yes.
was, and he started to promote his little daughter, the little girl that he had, sitting on his lap. That's how Renette started out, right? Sitting on his lap.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, once she got of age, and I looked at, like I said, a lot of your clips and stuff, because you got a lot of the Polight stuff. I just don't see anywhere where he ever referenced Renette as a daughter anymore. And she started to dress more provocative and to blend in with the other two wives. So I'm going to go
Yep.
on mute.
You're right. You remember, I think that was, I could be wrong. I think he went on Jesse Lee Peterson and he took them on there. You know what I'm saying? Talking with him and that. Like you're saying, as she got older, when she became of age, sis, you are 100% right. He never referenced her as his daughter again after that. And like we got all kind of videos of when she was younger, and you know the cameras that he had, him in the room, Inky in the room. Like, man, what was going on, man? And when it comes to side, when Polight would come to your house and do interviews and bring his wives and bring his daughter, you knew that wasn't his daughter, man. You knew that wasn't his daughter. Like, but
And see, you brought up another
man.
point. You brought up a valid point, though. And that's something that's critical. That young lady was allegedly a runaway, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But
Technically,
like you said, when he was doing interviews with with Inky and Sonetta and all of them, and even Inky was living with him. You mean to tell me you niggas didn't report the whereabouts of a runaway, and both of y'all knew that the mother and father was trying to beat Polight's ass for even being in contact with the daughter. So y'all been in the presence of a runaway. You knew where she was. Sonetta even called and verified it through the sister, but nobody said anything about where that child was or even contacted the authorities. Make that shit make sense. I'm gonna go on
bro,
mute.
ain't no way I can look another man in the eyes, let alone, let's say my wife, girl cousin, marry a dude, and they have kids. You know how y'all hang out at Thanksgiving, Christmas time, different times throughout the year, per se. And I'm shaking your hand, we hanging out, we playing dominoes, we chilling, eating just throughout the years. All of a sudden, your daughter becomes a runaway. I know where she at, and man, how can I look you in the eyes again, bro? Even though we ain't blood, nigga, you still family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that show, man, it don't make sense, bro. I don't get how people don't understand. I don't get it. But watch this, though.
Comes out because we are more mature, we know better, we smarter, we got more wisdom today. Those are the young up. Let's say the truth comes out and Polight finds himself not to be guilty. Do you think them scumbags is going to take down their video? No.
Not at all.
They not going to take down the video because there's no shame in them niggas. All they care about is the fucking money and how many hits they can get. That's all they care about. Do you think them niggas will come out and say, yo, my bad. I made a mistake. I was wrong. No, they not going to do that because them scumbags only care about money. They don't give a fuck about the people. That's why I would rather wait until I see what's going on.
Look who talking. It's all about the money. Look who talking. Man, let me keep it going. It's just, man, it's fake.
So did you come to address the allegations that Polight molested his most recent girlfriend's daughter? Or were you paid off by Polight to do damage control? And people are intelligent enough to know that what you're doing is not addressing the allegations of molestation. What Sonetta came to do tonight is damage control.
Brother Polight will go live for the first time just 5 days after his arrest. He would touch on the situation briefly, but didn't go into any specific details.
I just want you all to understand that if there's any legal issue that I'm dealing with, it doesn't behoove me to speak on it at this hour because I have a defense team, plural, probably the best in the goddamn country, may I add, but I have a defense team that I would be circumventing or undermining their ability to render the services that they're obligated to fulfill. So I know the world of you talk to court, yo, if something happened, just talk about it. But in the legal world, it don't work like that. In the legal world, when you got a legal defense team and things have been said, you just allow the things that have been said to be said, and that just gets dealt with accordingly. You don't open your mouth, you don't speak. So what I will say is my defense team will be putting out a statement on my behalf, perhaps even an interview, and they'll get it in. But out of respect to the people that love and support me, not the trolls. We know who you are. The second you hear something bad about me, you do videos. You see all the good going on, you don't do nothing. You think they're watching you because they're concerned with you. You think they're watching you. You think those views you getting, oh man, they love what I'm doing. Start talking about yourself again and see how many people listen to you. When you talk about me, they listen to you. It gotta really fucking hurt. You hate me, but you know what? You need me because you monetize those shit. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name. Don't collect money talking about me. Don't put advertisements in your YouTubes. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name.
Brother Polight will go live again the same night. Once again, he said very little about the case, but rambled on and on about the people reporting on it.
My side don't matter. My side don't matter. We don't need to know my side. Let's just take someone's side and run with it. That's what we should do. If y'all reading shit that sound like it makes sense, then it makes sense to you. I know I'm a black man in America. I know what it is, but also there's another reason why I'm not going to say nothing. I want to build up the suspense, goddammit. I want more people to jump out the window. I want more YouTube videos and more news channels. You know I love the attention, right? I want more. I want more attention. I have the patience to allow people to dig a very big hole for themselves. I know the stigma of being a wealthy black man in America. I know how it goes. I know how this is supposed to turn out. We all do. We all know, right? I will not be saying nothing about anything because I want to watch more people continuously embellish every day. People tend to know more than the courts know. Every day, people come out with more and more information. They're saying things that literally hasn't been said. They're swearing by things that have been said. And they just think, okay, case closed. We see it. I love it. I never heard such egregious allegations made. And people look happy sharing the news. I'm gonna let you guys keep talking. There's plenty of rope to hang yourself. Keep talking.
Behind the scenes, Brother Polight and Sonetta would get into another disagreement as always. The next time Brother Polight went live, he spoke on Sonetta taking donations from his followers by promoting the interview that never happened.
Pause that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about right there, see?
Exclusive.
We almost through, y'all. We only got a couple of more minutes and we up out of here.
That's what Polight is crazy.
These people.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, we do in the black mobile.
Let it play. Let it play. Let it play. Go ahead.
Okay.
Nah, the freak we do things. Suicide doors. You know we staying fresh out here. Talk to me nice. We don't play no games with you. We're gonna talk. We're gonna get straight to the point. There's a lot of goofy stuff going on, a lot of lies being told. Now I already told y'all I wouldn't be speaking. And I told y'all why I wouldn't be speaking, because no one speaks when they got scenarios like
Why
this.
you talking
Legal
now?
situations like this, someone in my situation doesn't speak. I got legal counsel for that. I made this clear. But I got Negroes that's constantly beating my line, asking me for interviews. So now when I say, yo, fam, I'm not doing no interview. I'm not. After I keep turning them down for interviews, you know what they do? They start posting videos lying and telling people we about to do a Brother Polight interview. Coming up in an hour, coming up in 2 hours. And you know what's crazy? Cats will call me and ask for an interview and not even tell me they set it up for them to collect money. They won't even tell me that they set it up to collect money. It's a damn shame that this is going on, but I got to address it. It's sad that it's going on, but I got to address it because it's not right to the people. I'm not supposed to be here letting y'all know, hey, if you spent money on a so-called interview that was supposed to include me, you got beat in your head. So now I got the patience, but the patience I don't have is for people to like say I'm going to be showing up to do an interview when I already made it clear I will not be speaking about anything.
You see how he held the person? That's good. That's all cool. According to Sista, until Polight ran off with the money.
Your mic,
And then
I can't, your mic dragging. Say it again, sweetie.
I was saying, you remember, can you hear me now? Do it sound okay?
You good.
Okay. You remember that was brother until Sista said that Polight ran off with the money. And then, of course, Polight agreed because, you know, he gave Sista some of the money back or all of the money back. And, you know, Sista started exposing Brother Polight then. Now that the shoe is on the other foot, Sista tried to use Polight name to get some money, and now Sista probably ran off with the money. It's like, you see how they throw each other under the bus, but y'all the same way, though. Y'all are in the exact same mentality when it comes to that, and there is no honor among thieves. So how you going to get mad at another thief and y'all thieving together?
But see, I think they were thieving together right here.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, I ain't saying you're wrong. Yeah.
I feel like he knew what was going on, and he went live, you know, because like I said, he liked the attention.
Yeah. Right.
He liked the attention, and so does Sista. So they saying, okay, we got to make as much money off of this as we can. So, you know, they do shit like that. They'll throw, you know, play like they throwing each other under the bus and all of that because it gets views and it gets people to keep donating.
That's true. That's true.
And that's
what they're doing.
My bad.
For real,
I was
you know, it's no, I got to laugh. Just go ahead. What you saying?
No, I was just finna say that's been a pattern of theirs. That's the same thing that happened with the money situation when Polight was out there showing all the animals and all that old crazy shit. And yeah, I'm getting money, so I never mad because I'm getting money and shit like that. But, you know, if he wasn't going to do an interview, and that's another thing that puzzles me, why is it that even after all of this stuff like this, what he's saying right here, he popped his ass up on the platform and still had something to say. So I'm going to go, you know, on mute.
Nah, you're right, sis. Even after this, he still came back. Yep. I'm talking about Polight. Yep. He still came back. You're right. You're right. Watch this go.
Situation. Nothing. So anyone that you see do it
We
again,
got about
they're
5 more
lying.
minutes.
They're milking the cow. They're milking it. These people are sick. They don't care about nobody's families. They're sick. You got these people over here asking me, I just put my money up to see the interview. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Negroes didn't even tell me they was going to collect money in the first place. And I don't care if you collected $100 or $1,000. It was wrong. You should have told me so I could have told you don't do that. You don't need to be collecting no money in the name of me doing an interview. Fuck, if you cared about me, you wouldn't be trying to exploit me. You would just be like, yo, fam, you shouldn't even do an interview. Come on, the little dumb stuff I got to deal with people, man. Goofy.
Whether Polight is guilty or even if he is found innocent, I'm through with him. I'm done with him. Polight will no longer be on my platform. I will no longer be fucking with Polight. Polight is on his own. I'm on my own, the House of Consciousness. So even if Polight is found guilty or if he is found innocent, Polight will no longer have a place here. And I'm saying it where the people can hear it. So, God damn it, if you see the nigga on my show or around me or doing anything, y'all could blast me. I'm saying it right here. I gave Polight a call. Not today, but last week. I gave Polight a call last week. And I said to Polight, this is when he was scheduled to come on my show and he backed out of my show. A half an hour before he backed out of it. So I'm talking to him.
Just lying.
Listen to me, bro. People are banging on the house of consciousness. You need to come out and make a statement. Let these motherfuckers know that Sarnetta ain't got nothing to do with the fuck you doing. Because if you could go on Facebook and you could talk all this old clown shit, this bimbo shit, why you can't take the time to say, you know what, Sarnetta ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on over here. Why are y'all talking or banging on Sar? You know what the dude told me, man? And I was like, God damn. He told me, I'm going through so much right now. I'm only concerned with what I'm going through right now. And when he said that shit, I didn't come right out right away. I just sat back. And I said, what the fuck you just say? He said, I'm going through shit on my own. My shit is way deeper than yours. And I said, dude, they banging on me because of you, Polight. They fucking going in on me because of you. I didn't come right out and said it because I'm thinking maybe I'll get him the next day. Or maybe I'll get him the next day. And he still have not made a fucking response to me. Didn't say nothing. I said, yo, dude, you got to come and say something, brother. You ain't saying nothing. You're not speaking out in my best interest. He don't give a fuck about me. That showed me right there. He told me straight up that, yo, I'm going through the most crazy shit. I'm worried about me. He said that. And he said it when I had my queen on the phone. And she listened to it and she said, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? And so for that right there, I'm finally coming out 4 days later or 3 days later to say I am done with him. He is only concerned with himself. He don't give a fuck about if I'm sinking or if I sink or nothing like that. He is on his own. I don't give a fuck if the nigga found guilty. I don't give a fuck if the nigga is found innocent. That's over there. I'm no longer fucking you.
Polight's first court appearance after his initial arraignment will happen via Zoom a month later. During that hearing, the prosecutor requested that his bond be revoked. She argued that since the crime he was charged with carried a potential life sentence, he should have never been given a bail. She blamed the mistake on a clerical error at the clerk's office.
He was arrested for punishable by life crimes. He should have been held no bond. However, this is one of those charges where the PBL comes in at the very end of the charge, and I think the clerk's office made an error, allowed him to bond out prior to seeing a bond appearance or prior to going to bond hearing. Somehow I think he was given standard bond of $21,000, $10,000 on count 1 and count 2, and then $1,000 on count 3, Judge.
The judge would disagree with the prosecution and denied to revoke Brother Polight's bond. However, before the court session was over, he instructed Brother Polight not to have any contact with the victim and warned if he did, his bond could potentially be revoked.
All right, so you are currently charged under case F21 14438 with several counts involving a minor victim. And the minor victim is identified as T like Thomas, S like Sam. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
All right. Sir, you are ordered that you can have no contact with TS. And when I say no contact, that means no direct contact or indirect contact. All right. Now, I will just advise you and admonish you. This means what it says. I do not know whether or not you were given any type of a stay-away order, but as of right now, this stay-away order is in effect, in that if you violate any terms of this stay-away order, that may be grounds for your bond status, your pretrial release status to be revoked, and you will be immediately taken into custody. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
So hold up. So he got out through pretrial services. He didn't even pay a bond. He went through pretrial services to get out because they had not, formally charged his ass yet. So that's how we got out of jail. Because I just heard that when you go through pretrial services, that's like a program that they give you. You know, sometimes ankle monitor, whatever, until they finalize what's really going on with the charge. Maybe the 3 days time frame of getting indicted or charged had not came yet. So, and then like you said, it took a year for them to do the investigation. So now we do know how he got out, but still, how did he have an attorney in court so quick? But I'm gonna go back on mute.
No, since you're good. It's just me and you. The video is over now. Hey, y'all, that is the end. That is the end of part 9. We still have 2 more episodes to go before we close out the polite portion of this series, man. Hey, sis, you got any thoughts, anything you want to say about anything? Take your time, say what you say, and then we'll do the closeout. We'll get up out of here.
Thank you. I just want to sum up a couple of things. I listened to the Sinetter shit. You made a lot of great points. And the only reason why he ended up denouncing Polight is because he wouldn't do the interview. So it wasn't because he was concerned about the young lady. It was just because he couldn't make the money that he really wanted to make off of a full interview. And when Polight was telling him, you know, the situation, he was being very selfish because someone discussing you or talking down on you, let's just hypothetically say Polight wasn't guilty at all or whatever, his situation was more critical and more serious than worrying about clearing your fucking name. You was only worried about clearing your name and not worrying about your so-called partner. So I can feel Polight on that part, even though he was found guilty later. But at that time, like he's saying, you supposed to be my boy. Like, there's some serious shit I'm going through, and you want me to come clear your name. So, you know, I just wanted to say first and foremost, thank you so very much for having me. I will be over here and participating in the show. It's a great honor for you to have me here. I love the way that you put your content together. It's so to the point, jumps right back into the information. Great work. And I just wanted to say that. So I want to thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting my show. That's all I wanted to say.
Now, I appreciate you for coming, man. Like, I never thought I'd see the day where Old Nobody and Sista Nandi would be on the panel together. I knew it was true when I started hitting your panel. So I was like, okay, there's something there. And then for you to come on my panel, man, I couldn't ask for nobody better. Definitely to cover this topic, to cover the conscious community. Yeah, man, I couldn't ask for nobody better. I appreciate you for coming through. As me and you talk, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, you already know I support what you do. You support what I do. You see all my wrestling stuff in the background I was telling you about, you know, or whatever. So that's what I do, man. But I can't let the conscious stuff go because I just been around it for too long. I mean, I was watching this conscious stuff like it was TV. I don't even watch TV like that. Like how people watch YouTube now after the pandemic, I was watching it like that in 2012, and I was watching the conscious community. And that's why I remember a lot of these videos live. I saw them live. I saw them when they happened because that's the stuff I was watching. And then again, to find somebody like you who not only saw the videos, but actually know some of the people or were involved in some of the stuff, man, like, I really appreciate you for coming on my show. I look forward to doing work with you in the future. We definitely got to get that Chris Benoit thing going down. I got a panel of people. It'll be me and you and a few other people, man. But I appreciate you, sis, for real.
Well, thank you so much. And same to you. And I love that spread. It looks wonderful back there because I am a diehard wrestling fan. I'm looking forward to those shows. I like that hat too. That's a nice one.
Oh, this hat?
Nice
yeah,
hat.
You know, I try to stay in character. You know, whenever I come on and show my character, this my character, you know, like a little preacher or something. A little hood preacher.
Swagrific. I like that. I like that. The presentation, the background, everything is great. I love your show, and I look forward to working with you. I'm going to go ahead and release myself. Peace and power, and you keep up this great work, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You have a good day, sis.
All right. You too, sweetie.
Peace. All right, y'all, man. That was the wrap up of episode 9. We only got 2 episodes to go, like I told y'all earlier, man. Man, say, I know y'all been having fun with your boy on this ride. If y'all like this type of content, man, you can look forward to more of this type of content. Of course, My wrestling stuff, y'all already know I'm doing that almost daily. I'm doing that almost weekly. This is a wrestling/Christian channel, man. I appreciate everybody who I saw tuning in. I appreciate everybody who's going to catch it on the replay, man. I really appreciate y'all. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on TikTok. Hit me up through my email, man. If y'all like any of the content that I'll be doing and y'all want to be a part of the show, do not be afraid to contact the boy. Well, I am nobody. I always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. And that's the reason why I do shows like this, because these people are trying to tell you not to believe in Christ. They're trying to keep you confused until the day of your demise. And therefore, you end up where they go at. Nah, the real way to go is for a person to believe in Jesus Christ, trust it, go research it, go study it, go find out who he is for yourself. Don't listen to these people telling you who Jesus is. Go find out who Jesus is, and everybody already know who he is because people tell you who he is throughout history. People been talking about Jesus and the Word and all that before anybody who walked this earth today was walking the earth. Go see what the people saying. Also, go see what the Word saying. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, quack, quack. This is, but watch this though, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode.